you're good to go.
Thank you very much. It is Village of Lincoln Heights Safety Committee meeting Monday, May 17th, 2021 at 5:35. Virtual Zoom meeting is officially called to order. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter.
Present.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson.
Present.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber. Okay, I don't hear her. We do have two who are present. We do have a quorum.
Thank you very much. Prayer. Father God, we come to you first of all saying thank you for all that you have done, what you're doing, and what you're going to do. I ask that you come inside of us and give us what we need in order to do your will. Those that are on their way to the Zoom meeting, I ask for protection on them. Father God, thank our safety department, our police, our fire, and others that are here tonight. In your precious name, I say amen. All right. Acceptance of the minutes of April the 9th.
I motion to accept with any needed corrections.
I second that. It has been moved by Vice Mayor Stinson, second by Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter to accept the April 19th, 2021 minutes with any corrections. All in favor say aye. Aye. I see you, Jeannie.
Aye.
The motion passed. Okay. I'm sorry, is there any old business? Is there any old business? Okay, going along to new business. Is the fire chief available? Or a representative from the fire department? Okay, we'll come back to him if he comes on the Zoom meeting. Lieutenant DePoli from the Hamilton County Sheriff, you're on.
All right, good evening, everybody. Lieutenant Jeremy DePoli with the April report for Lincoln Heights. I'm going to kind of brief over this. Critical events, so forth. Firearm discharge into a habitation over on Van Buren. It was 2:19 in the morning. Some shots fired. Call came out. 800 block of Van Buren again. No victims were located. However, the resident there did observe 8 bullet holes in the side of his residence. We were able to recover 3 9mm shell casings, which were submitted as evidence. We have no suspects in that one. One thing, I kind of went back and reviewed a few of the recent past reports, and we've been doing good up until the last couple of weeks here. I think everybody knows Oak Park had a shooting up there, which remains under investigation. And we got some good leads on that one. What was happening up there? When I have more information on that, you all will be informed on that. Looking at total reports that have occurred up here in Lincoln Heights for April, pretty consistent with March. 15 criminal reports. March had 16. 9 non-criminal reports, which was up for March. Non-criminal incidents which were reported. Most of the criminal reports were generally, other than the 2 arrests for firearm recoveries, everything else was generally misdemeanor type issues. I think if you look on there, you'll notice that there was a number of assaults reported. And a couple of those were juvenile issues around the bus stop and so forth up in the Oak Park area. Juveniles jumping other juveniles. Got there noted on there the suspects in cases with arrest or warrant issuance. 6 of those suspects were Lincoln Heights residents, and again that relates back to those juvenile assault incidents. 3 of the juveniles that were cited in the one assault were all living up there in the neighborhood. Again, people coming down from outside causing mischief and mayhem. Over the Rhine, Springdale, Winton Place, Goshen, and Hamilton. I believe the 2 felony drug possession arrests were the suspects from Goshen and Hamilton coming down here to purchase their drugs. There was one suspected drug overdose reported. That was a fatal, unfortunately. Overdosed on, I believe that was, no, I'm not going to even go there because I can't remember exactly where that one was. But in the middle of the afternoon, we had a fatal drug overdose. The coroner's lab was investigating that with the sheriff's office. Looking at my report, pay no attention to what I had written after that about the 13 calls for shots fired. That was an oversight on my part. The last one that was perfect, they nailed it across, right? So pay no attention. I forgot to delete that from the prior month's report. Traffic incidents, 9 crashes. I'm not sure where the terrible driving came from in April, but there you go. 9 crashes for the month of April. 28 cites to Lincoln Heights Mayor's Court, 8 traffic cites to the Municipal Court, roughly 180 total traffic stops and contacts. So looking at that, we're looking at maybe 20% of people that are being stopped and maybe you're getting a ticket, roughly around there. We got 3 felony arrests, 7 misdemeanors, 5 minor misdemeanors. Dispatch report. We had 202 calls for service in Lincoln Heights during the month of April, which is down just a wee bit there from 211 in the month of March. Total for the year is 802. So overall, looks like we are still down from the pace we're on is down from 2020. The 289 billable details again, which would be such things as traffic stops and so forth. That's down a little bit as well from the month of March. Report of concern, there was nothing reported on that. Good news, finally, regarding the COPS grant, we are finally going to get these guys out on the bikes. The training will be the last weekend of April, so I'm really looking forward to getting our guys and girls out there on the bikes. 7 of our COPS grant deputies will be involved in that. 3 of them are unavailable due to military obligations and other extended leave. So we're hoping to see them out and about, and in early June is the goal here. COPS grant Patrolman Andrew Chapman has been in contact with Miss Aretha Renfro. I think I'm saying that right.
Yes.
Social worker up at the Plaza. Again, they had a couple of unreported vehicle break-ins up there that I don't know the nature of what exactly was taken or if it was just a vehicle tampering. At this point, nothing was reported. This was just a quick email I got from Patrolman Chapman. But anyway, he's looking at setting something up there regarding some kind of safety meeting with the residents, and Miss Winfrey is planning an outreach cookout in June, so hopefully maybe we can get that coordinated and do that then. As I noted here, the sheriffs are always welcoming any invitation, community outreach, get us involved. We'd love to come up and meet the community on different levels up there. You can contact me if you got anything. Contact me, or if you see one of our guys out there, reach out to them. We'd be glad to get involved. I think as discussed in past meetings, the DVERT, the Domestic Violence Enhanced Response Team, runs with Women Helping Women. That's got started up here in April. We had one incident where they were called down, and we had a response. Seems to be getting some good feedback from both my guys and the DVERT program, which is good. You can reach out to the womenhelpingwomen.org for any more information on that. The National Drug Take Back, which I believe we discussed at the last meeting, occurred on the 24th up at the station. We had to fill a couple boxes full of old script meds and so forth. That stuff's all being taken down to be destroyed. So that'll get some of that off the streets. Again, just a note for everybody out there that the basketball courts over there off next to the station are locked up. We've got the key, and we'll be happy to open them up for the guys and the girls to play during the daylight hours. I'll stress once again, we are looking to hire here in September for Nana Corrections, with the Corrections Academy. looking at probably around September. It's a good thing to get involved and be part of. Love to see some of the, if anybody knows anybody up here in Lincoln Heights, I've got it written there, brave young men and women, but you know, you don't have to be young. If you know anybody who might want to get involved, it's a decent career choice, and the starting pay is right around $19.50, and there's plenty of opportunity for overtime. It's a neat thing to be part of. I might be a little biased, you know, having been through it all myself, but you know, if anybody knows anybody, send them our way. Try to get them involved. Last thing I'm going to touch on down there at the bottom, written there, the limited response plan is officially lifted, effective the 2nd of June. I think on some level, despite what was written in there, we were still generally responding for just about everything that we were needed, except for some medical runs were the ones we were not responding for. But that is all I've got for today. Anybody have any questions, comments, or anything else they'd like to talk about?
Lieutenant, I have lots of questions. And I see Vice Mayor also want to say something. So I'll let her go first. Vice Mayor?
Thank you, Madam Chair, because I was ready to explode. Friday at the school, we had a drive-in movie. And at the end of the day, there's usually a sheriff in the back for the car riders, you know, every other day maybe. Well, this particular day, I went over there and I asked the young lady, I said, well, we're having a drive-in movie. Why don't you stop by and let, and talk to the kids? Tell me this, not one, not two, not three, but 4 of them came through and saved the day. We couldn't get the movie to work. So they started letting them, talking to them about the stuff. And I am so thankful that they were there. The engagement was amazing. One of our young men, his name is Lester. And Lester is like, they call him the mayor of the middle school. And when he was at the elementary school, he was considered the vice principal. That young man, he said, would you like to be a sheriff one time? Lester said, yeah, I'll do it. I said, Lester, you're in 6th grade, you gotta wait. He said, I'll wait, Miss Stinson. So it was just so nice. I mean, they let them wear their little jackets. Linda, you should have been there. We had a huge turnout, and they saved the day. They really did. And I appreciate that.
So
I really do.
How often will you be doing this event?
Well, this was just the end of the year thing. We really haven't been able to do anything because we can't go in the building. So we said, let's do something. So we did the drive-in movie, and we, Thursday actually is a kickball game. It's the staff against the students. And I think they might have been a little short on staff members. So you might want to come through for that. I can't remember the time. If I remember the time, I'll email it to you, okay?
Okay.
But it was just, that's what I like to see.
Well, I love kickball. The only problem is that I'm too old to kick the ball anymore. Can you have some of the 10 people from the COPS program stop by and maybe participate? That'd be a wonderful opportunity to see the cops doing something other than arresting or ticketing someone.
Yes, ma'am. You find out the time in the email, and
Okay.
we'll make sure our guys are up there. That's what I like them doing as well. Obviously, at the end of the day, we're law enforcement officers. We have work to do, but we enjoy doing the play too. So,
well, since we have 10 additional officers out here, we can do that. Vice Mayor Stinson, if you will send him information concerning any event that's going on at the school, will be fine. That would be an opportunity for the young adults or kids get to know the police and let them know that they are here to serve us. So okay, thank you for that. And Lieutenant DePoli, thank you for your staff. Thank you for the sheriff. Thank you for what you do. Anything else, Vice Mayor?
Yes, it was some other things, but I'll put it in my email to him.
Okay. All right. If not, you can come back.
Mhm.
Pennsylvania's business down there if you think about it. So my question is, because you are hiring and training people to become sheriffs, can you do you have money in your budget through the COPS program to send out information to people in the community to let them know that this opportunity is available, such as a postcard saying the sheriff department is hiring? Can you
I'll
look?
have to get with, I'll have to get with Sergeant Michelle Moore downtown. I don't think that would be something that would come out of the COPS grant funding. That would have to be something with the sheriff's office. I will get with her tomorrow and find out if there's anything you're looking for, like a maybe like a broad mailing.
Yeah, a postcard sent out. If not, then you can do door hangers and put them on everyone's door, letting them know that we are friendly and that the sheriff department is hiring. Since we are looking for some of our citizens to participate, it would be great. It doesn't matter. Well, it doesn't matter where the money comes from, but I just want it to happen. And if you cannot find the resource, let me know, please.
Is there any chance that'd be something you could put on your website, the village website?
Yes, you can put on. We will put on the village website. That's not the problem. The problem is that, of course, everyone does not have the internet, or we're trying to get broadband out here, and that's a process. So if you can get the information out, we would greatly appreciate it. It can be a flyer that you can just pass out, or a door hanger, or a small postcard that can be mailed. That's if the sheriff department is interested in Lincoln Heights residents signing up to be a sheriff.
We are interested in having anybody who wants to join us, anybody who is good people. I'm all about bringing them on board. I'll get with Sergeant Michelle Moore and see if they have anything that we would be able to pass out. I don't know what, I'm not, they're all downtown. I'm not very coordinated right now with our recruiting section. So I'll see what they've got and I'll get back with you on that.
Okay, this will give you an opportunity to connect with them. I'm also going to talk to the major, what a name got my head, major that attended the meeting.
Reed.
Jackie Reed.
What's the last name?
I think you're talking about Major Jackie Reed.
Yeah, Major Jackie Reed, to see what she can do to help with this. So, okay, the next thing is speeding through Lincoln Heights. I was on my porch last Thursday or Friday, can't remember which day, but I saw a car coming down the street at about 50 miles per hour, and they went straight through the stop sign, didn't even stop. Now, right across the street from the school, if the children were out there, someone would have gotten hurt. Also, it's been reported that Chicago is a busy street now, near Leggett, Chicago and Leggett, where there has been a person lived in that area. That car been hit several times because of speeding there. Yeah, so also Dixie, speeding on Dixie, Vice Mayor, they still speeding. So it's getting warm outside, or it has gotten warm outside. And people are taking advantage of the village of Lincoln Heights. Motorcycles are going up and down. You got noise all night. With additional staff out here, we should be able to handle some of this. So speeding, loud noise, problems.
Roger that. I've got Leggett, also the area of Chicago and Leggett, and Dixie.
And Dixie, So the next question I have is to Assistant Manager Donna Pope. Did we get that sign up about the speed that they're doing? Is it up and running yet?
No, it's not. They have it up partially.
And when I called and left a message, well, when I talked to the young lady at the office, the architect was on another install. So it wasn't completed as of Friday. Okay, so we have the one. I think we need more than one in the neighborhood. We need to look into the cost again and see if we can make that happen, because if they are doing speeding up and down Chicago and Adams, it's not just Dixie. Okay. Okay, Lieutenant, do you have a comment about that?
Yeah, I got a couple comments. Number one, I would say that those speed signs, I like them. They're fantastic, but sometimes it's kind of like, hey, let's see how high we can get this thing going, right? Creates a temptation for somebody to drive like a bozo. It sounds to me like it's, speeding is part of it, but it's just as much, if not more, than the stop sign issues. To me, you're saying 50 miles an hour on Leggett. That tells me, like you said, they're completely disregarding these stop signs and rolling through like
they are. Yeah. It was coming down Adams and Leggett right there, because I'm standing on my porch on Leggett so I can see what's going on. So they're coming down, they're going west on Leggett. I mean on Adams Street. So they went straight through the stop sign right there at the corner of Leggett and Adams. They just kept straight on going, headed towards Douglas, I think is the next piece down there, somewhere in there. Yeah.
Good. I will put that out to my troops. Sooner or later, if they're driving around up here at 50 miles an hour, they're gonna be easiest spot with the dented rim when they catch one of them potholes doing that fast. Yeah, I will definitely get that out to the guys and girls. Okay. It's getting warm and we're going to have more people out and probably more issues with that. So please look into what we can do. The next thing, is there anything that we can do with those people who own these different housing apartments about the young adults there? Can we bring them together and talk to them about what they need to talk to people who live in their apartments to stop some of the things that are going on with these kids? It's getting warmer and the kids are going to be out there. Hope there are no more problems. But is there some kind of way we can put together a small group to talk to the Centennials, Old Park, any of them that have children living there, so we can get a handle on what's going on? When you say children, we're talking about young teens. Is that kind of the target group you're talking about?
Young teens, or just talk to them about what's going on in their area that they have people living there. We need to put together some type of group that can address some of these issues with property owners. If I own my property, then I don't want someone who's living here shooting at someone else or letting them fight and use bad words. So therefore the responsibility is on me to talk to the person that's living with me, or they have to go. We can talk more about that, but since we have the COPS program out here, that may be an engagement piece for the community and the COPS. I'm sorry.
That's one of the things I talked recently, just last week, with Miss AK and Captain Aru about. Starting to move in the direction. I want to get my guys some additional training on what's the word I'm looking for here? Some of the public
equity
reports. I'm sorry.
Equity. I don't know what word you were looking for. I just think that's what we need, though. Sorry to interrupt.
I still didn't hear you.
Equity.
Yeah, I guess that's a decent enough word, right? Anyway, yeah, I'll try to get up there and contact some of the management. I mean, I think there'll be a lot more buy-in from some of the folks if it starts with the council and so forth. And so we're not looking at it so much as the sheriff's office presents. You know, if this is something where it starts with the council getting with the ownership, the management and so forth up in these apartments, Centennial Estates, we are more than happy to get involved. Sometimes, you know, there's still a little bit of division where what we're trying to do with this cops grant, getting back to the basics of it, it's two things here. We're trying to reduce the violence and the crime, but the trust and the community engagement, you know, there's still a little bit of this lack of trust, I think, sometimes with the community towards policing. I mean, that's not a secret. We've seen in the last couple of years here, not Lincoln Heights specifically, but in general, where there's a lot of division in this country. We all know it. And that's what we got to get around. I think, my opinion, if it starts more or less with the council and then we come in and we kind of piggyback on it, does that make sense? Yes or no?
I don't have any problem with that. It sounds great to me. You're talking about the council, management, and sheriffs to come on and create some type of forum where we can talk about and answer questions that they may have, and they also can answer questions we have. But we definitely need to let the management know that, you know, it's getting hot out here and we don't want the activity. So if they can put something out to people that live on their property, this may help. Not sure, but we need to try something. So Vice Mayor, do you have anything you want to add to that?
What I was going to suggest is maybe Councilwoman Mitchell. I think she's on the board of one of those committees, one of those complexes. She may know somebody. Maybe if she could work with them to figure out something. I think that if you're on the board of something, you would want that.
Well, I know she used to be. I don't know. I think she came off. I'm not sure if she's returned to it, but we can, you know, and of course it can come through safety period, and we can put form on a day that's not so busy that they can actually come to a Zoom meeting, and we can talk about ways that we can help each other to so that we won't have issues this summer. We can have.
Can we invite them to next month's meeting?
Yes.
I'll take the lead on reaching out.
Okay. All right, great. Sheriff, do you think that's okay?
I think that's fantastic. Yeah, I think that's fantastic. You know, at the end of the day, you know, the juvenile issue is always going to be a juvenile issue, no matter where you go. It's, to me, it's, you'll never stop it completely. You can hope to contain it. And, you know, the bottom line is finding constructive stuff for these kids to do, so they're, you know, not out setting things on fire or whatever it is that, whatever they're doing for their kicks, you know, out there jumping other people, mugging people, whatever it might be. So we need to find some constructive things all around to get them involved in.
Okay. And, you know, I'm looking at management who need to talk to the people that live there about that. They're not going to tolerate this going on, because some parents just turn their heads. They just let it happen. So we want to see if we can, you know, calm down the temperature this summer.
Well, I think I heard you say parenting there, and I was going to say, well, a lot of people just need a good spanking once in a while, and maybe it starts at home with mom, right?
We didn't need to put that on minutes.
I got spanked as a wee lad the first time I smarted off, and yep, it set me straight for a little while at least. So.
Well, when I grew up, the neighbors were also in charge. It wasn't just you, your uncle and aunt, them next door, and they may not have had any blood relations with you, but they could take matters into their own hand, and normally you would avoid them because you knew that what what's coming. But it's a different world today. It's a total different world today. It's hard to sometimes talk to the parents. So we want to bring them in want to bring in council, sheriffs, and management, and perhaps Pastor Pearl, because he's running the youth center up there. He may be able to give us some tips, but we need to make sure that this happens. So, Vice Mayor Stinson, you're gonna take charge of that whole thing there. Thank you very much for doing that. Okay. So any email that you want to send me concerning what's going on, send it to the clerk of council and shift forward, and I will respond that way, since there are only 3 of us and 2 makes a majority. They really need to do something about that rule. All right, the mayor is on. Mayor, you have something you want to say?
Yeah, I'm just glad that we're talking about it earlier than later, because I know it was a problem last summer. So I'm glad that you're going to be, you see what the issue is, and that we're talking about it, because it was not, it was some issues last year. So I'm glad. Thank you, Ms. Shalshita, for bringing that awareness up of something that needs to happen before it gets hot. I did have some other things I wanted to mention, but I could wait later on into your meeting.
Mention them. We have 25 more minutes. We have 24 more minutes, Mayor. Go ahead on.
Okay. Not sure if y'all had talked about in the past, but I had some concerns regarding, and I'm glad, is it Lieutenant DePoli?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm glad he's here. I had some concerns regarding the parking on Jackson Street, where Jackson and Chester on parking on both sides, and it's just really getting to be an issue when ongoing cars are coming through and cars are right near that stop sign. So and I know it behooves the village to possibly go ahead and put up some additional signage for as no parking. Because they're parking on both sides. And I know with the development of those 6 houses alongside there, it has increased, but to park on right, on left and right, it's when you come through that entrance, it's kind of hard to get through. So I wasn't sure if you had talked about that in past meetings, because I haven't been.
Yeah, it's a safety issue, and we did talk about it. The manager did have Lieutenant DePoli look at and see if there were any signs on the street that says no parking. And I believe, and he's here to answer that, there are no signs. Now, I don't know what happened with that, because on the different streets, we have signage that says, or we have no parking that says you cannot park on this side of the street. So Lieutenant DePoli?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I spoke with Miss Joyce on that, and to put it very plainly and bluntly, we can't enforce no parking if there's no signs. One thing I talked to Miss Joyce about that particular location on Jackson, coming from Chester all the way down to Leggett, I don't believe there's a single sign through there. I was up there myself looking around. I thought maybe I was losing my eyesight. I had one of my other people look, and we couldn't find anything. That being said, too, there's a number of other places where I've spoken with Miss Joyce that some of these signs need to be replaced. We've got the uprights with the signs, but they're so faded that it's hard to enforce parking in a lot of these areas where the sign is essentially illegible and unreadable. It makes it hard to enforce anything without proper signage.
Well, new signs were supposed to be ordered before the new manager came on board to address those issues. We pull them up, and sometimes the citizens take them down and throw them into somebody's yard or somewhere where you can't see them. You find them 2 or 3 years later when you have to go and cut something and remove something. So do we know that there is law that says no parking on that street? If there is law that says you cannot park, then we need to put signs up. If not, then we need to send this to law committee person, chairs on the Zoom meeting. So did you check that out at all?
You're asking me?
Yes.
The only thing I can tell you is we can't enforce a no parking. We can't enforce a parking complaint if there's no sign there.
Okay.
My recommendation, when you get these new signs, you're going to need to concrete them in there pretty good and heavy, and figure out a way. I mean, where there's a will, there's a way. If somebody wants a sign gone, we just have to make it so difficult for them to try to tamper with that sign. And if they tamper with the sign, there is a law against that we can enforce. But again, it'll be a matter of us having a witness or us being up there and seeing this happen. So.
Okay, so Mr. Daniels is on here. Mr. Daniels, we want to refer this to the law department to see that we have the right to put those signs up on Jackson Street. Got to be something on the books that says that you cannot park on either the west or east side, going west or going east.
Yes, ma'am. We could bring that up for the first time, come online with everything. So, yes, ma'am.
Okay. In the meantime, I will talk to Ms. Powdrill about looking at that too. And if she comes up with an answer, she can let me know and also let you know. And you can talk about it in your law committee. Ms. Randolph, would you see if you can find anything on parking on Jackson Street?
I will definitely do that.
Okay. And so if it's not on the books, we can't do it. We have to bring the counsel from law. Law would have to bring the counsel, and then we would have to vote on that piece for them not parking on there. I've been through this with Leggett, so there shouldn't be any parking on Leggett. And the exception is that if the church is in on Sunday or prayer meeting is in, you let them stay there for a certain period of time, but you still don't have a lot of parking around there. And there's supposed to be a sign in their automobile that says in church or something. We would have to look at the law on that. Anything else about parking? It is dangerous, Mayor. You did miss the last meeting about that, and that for whatever holiday that was that I came down through there, it wasn't a holiday, it was my birthday weekend. It was Derby weekend, where it was impossible for the fire department to come down through there. It was just ridiculous. So we also need to inform our neighbors that there's no parking on there. Once we find out if there's no parking, then we need to notify everyone up and down Jackson Street that they cannot park on whatever side of the street it is. It is the law, and give them the number that goes along with that. So yes, Vice Mayor.
I do know that the incident where it was a party or something going on over there, they was informed from the landlord that they cannot do that anymore and that they should not be parking on that side of the street.
That's up at the upper part of Jackson Street?
Yeah, their landlord let them know.
Landlord. Okay. I'm not sure. I thought they were individual owned houses up there. There's a landlord. Oh, okay.
There's a landlord on the side that was having the people that was having the party. Their landlord.
In the Habitat house.
People on the other side of the Habitat houses.
Okay. All right. All right. Well,
Madam Chair.
Yes.
I would like to see not just Jackson, but to just get an inventory of what I'm curious to find out what other areas in the village are having that same issue. And so while we're looking at just Jackson, we may want to just go ahead and look at the entire community as a whole, because we have that same issue when it comes to Leggett at the corner of Prairie and some other areas too. So it's worth looking into all of it and just look at what we want it to look like as far as parking when it, on curves and from stop sign, how far out do we want to allow cars to park? Because we have to think about the metro as well. when they're trying to get you, or like you said, it's a safety issue with ambulance services.
Ambulance or the fire truck coming down through there, you know, if there's emergency, that's gonna create a problem. So we need to clear this up now. So to Councilman Daniels. Can you look at the laws concerning parking in Lincoln Heights?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, that we will definitely discuss that.
Yeah, we can cover the street.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Ms. Lisa, would you please add Ms. Tanya Key to the one more has entered the meeting? Okay. Ms. Key, do you have any questions? You just come on. We're talking about safety in the village of Lincoln Heights and parking on the side, on the streets.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I don't think I have any questions at this time. I'd take some time and review your minutes and review your meeting. And if I have anything I can ask maybe at your next meeting, is that okay?
That's fine.
Thank you, ma'am.
That's fine. That's good. Anything else? I do not see Village Manager Powdrill on here. Ms. Donna Pope, are you
I don't
going
have anything.
for her? You don't have anything to say?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Then the miscellaneous business. Anything else that you want to bring up? Vice Mayor, did it come back to you what you was trying to think about, say?
No, that didn't come back to me, but safety, is that where we talk about the potholes?
Yeah, potholes can be included in that.
Okay, can we talk about that sinkhole on Leggett? The one over there by the old liquor store, whatever that is, that thing is huge.
Oh, on
Okay,
Matthews
so-
Drive?
That thing is huge. I mean, that thing, but I'm just saying that whole little strip right there, that's like, we got kids to walk home from school. I'm scared for them. That's how big it is.
Is it in the middle of the street or is it in the parking lot?
At this point, it's in the middle of the street.
Okay.
I mean, it's huge.
Okay, so that goes to Miss Donna.
Capola, you seen it?
She no, that would tear up our cars. We don't need to tear up.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I
that's-
did, I did 2 ride-throughs with 2 different contractors, and I'm expecting estimates. And both of the companies said they were 2 weeks out, 2 to 3 weeks out on filling our potholes. We did the whole entire village. So we wanted to get estimates on those, but they're 2 to 3 weeks out. And then once they start, they said it, would only probably take a day and a half or a day or 2.
Vice Mayor, will this interfere with the parade coming down through there?
If we don't get it fixed by August, it's going to interfere with a whole bunch of things. We're not going to just have a lower sub and an upper sub. We're going to have a double upper sub. That thing is big.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this is our 75th. We can be creative and I can always reroute the parade. Nope, I don't have to reroute the parade. The mayor can reroute the parade. He's now in charge of that.
All right, Vice. You just
Thank
try
you.
to slip that in.
We all-
Madam Chair, I did have a question for Ms. Pope, though, regarding the potholes. As far as, based on the list of streets, since you did the whole village, do you know if they're gonna work on them based on from worst to not worse?
Yes.
We really would like to see them.
Do it.
Yeah, so when it comes to Leggett, we would like to see, I don't know if they're gonna do any grading on the other end of Leggett from, I guess from Adams all the way down. That area, especially Adams to Van Buren is awful. And we would like to see if they can possibly do something there. I do know that on the grants that we have out there, that we do have some streets scheduled to do. But we really would like to see if they can get something happening there on Leggett. So when we do the parade, we don't want them to have bumpy and then go back to new. So do you know, as far as have they decided on where they're going to start, what a time frame is, or they still in the planning stage?
They're 2 to 3. Once I receive the estimates, the work will take to start. It will take 2 to 3 weeks. So
Okay.
2 to 3 weeks out. I haven't
Okay.
received the estimates yet, and I did my ride-throughs last week, so I haven't received the estimate. And but yeah, we're gonna do the potholes. They will be instructed to do the potholes based on the worst to
Okay.
the best.
Okay. Also, are they looking at Chamberlain, or they just gonna do like the main routes?
No, we did the whole village.
Okay.
We did the whole village, every street.
Okay, I am curious to find out with that sorta, with the levy, with the sorta, everyone had voted on the issue 7. When it comes to sorta, have they given the village any information as far as if they're going to do any streets when it comes to the route of the Metro bus?
I would have to check with Ms. Powder on that, because I don't
Okay.
have the decision that was made. I don't have the final decision.
Okay, yeah, because I didn't want us to, if they're gonna do a certain area, we may not have to do, but we would like to have it done for the 75th.
They're not going
Okay.
to have it, okay?
Okay.
So that you can share.
I'm sorry.
So was that Councilwoman?
Ms. Mitchell came here. What was your
All
last
right.
comment, Mayor?
I don't even remember. No, I was just saying when it came to sorta, I know they're gonna be doing some different things when it comes to the levy on issue 7, that sorta is gonna be doing some street repairs, but I wasn't sure if anything is gonna be implemented and what the streets for Lincoln Heights this year.
Okay.
I'm sure, but what I'll do is I'll try to get some more information on it, because we had a meeting that was planned. I thought it was rescheduled, but I'll follow up with Ms. Powdrill, and that way I'll be able to give council some information on that the next council meeting, because we do need to know if it's going to intermingle with the street repairs that we're getting done. We want to make sure that we're not overlapping, or they got something planned during that time. But we want to just make sure that the parade route is ready to go.
But the streets that we have been done with the OPWC monies would be Matthews and Taylor, and then will also be Stephens and McIntyre. So I don't think the bus comes down either one of those streets, going straight through Leggett, so.
Right, I just wanted, but what I was getting at is when it comes to Leggett and the bus route, we want to find out when it comes to what sorta is doing. For is there any grant funding coming through them that's going to pay for Leggett, or do the village has to come out of pocket on their own and get reimbursed, things like that. So that's what I was thinking. But I'll find out. We did have a sorta meeting that at one time it was rescheduled. So I'll be following up, and I'll be able to get an answer for council Monday on that.
Okay. Ms. Polk, when you talk about filling potholes, especially the one right there, Matthews and Leggett, are we talking about taking pieces out like you did on Douglas? Or are you talking about just filling the pothole there? Because
we're talking about just pothole repairs, just filling, and then they will put the seal-in on it. They'll ground it off or square it off with that seal-in that they have. We're just talking about pothole repairs. So
so it'll be
we may do some extensive work on Leggett, because that, especially from what is it Congress to the Prairie, is really, really bad right there. And then the pothole that Ms. Stinson is talking about. So that will probably get more in depth on that.
Well, to Lieutenant DePoli, if you have to chase after a car, if they please take a different way, Because we do not place 4 more cars.
Right.
Did that, we just,
Oh, Lord.
and once they hit one of those big potholes, it's gonna create problems. I will not be going out at night, only daytime, so I can know what potholes are. And they tend to pop up every day.
Right.
Okay. Anything else? If anyone wins the governor's $1 million, please pick your street and repair it for us, please. Just replace it. Thank you. I thought I'd throw that out to you all. Don't forget, for all of those who have been vaccinated, to call in and put your name in the hat in order to receive your $1 million. He's giving away 1 million every week.
Okay, I don't know what you're talking about. So
Really?
give me more information on that one.
We'll
Break
talk
that
off
I can
camera.
call in.
I thought it was to encourage them to go ahead and do it. The ones that already have had it, we don't qualify for that, do we?
Yes,
We
you
don't.
do. Yeah, according to what was reported today, there's a number to call. When I find what it is, I'll send it to to Ms. Randolph, and she can send it out, and you can place your name there, and they're giving away $1 million for 5 weeks. So
we're ready.
Whoever
We're ready.
Whoever gets the $1 million, if it's the vice mayor, choose Matthews Drive as her street to do. Mr. Lieutenant DePoli, you look like you're confused there. You okay?
No, I'm following you, but you won't be getting $1 million from me. I haven't got any shots. So if I do come across an extra $1 million, though, I'll let you know. We'll see what we can do for you.
But it's not for the past, it's for the present too. So you can sign up to get your shot. Thank you very much for giving this to us.
I appreciate it.
Okay, is there anything else? We are coming to the end of this committee. It's open to the public. Do we have any public comments? Any public comments? Any announcements other than my $1 million announcement from the governor of Ohio, coming out of the CARES money?
I have an announcement.
Let me take it away from CARES, coming out whatever money he has, whatever pot of money that he's doing this. It's an encouragement to get us all to be vaccinated. Okay, no announcements?
I have one, Madam Chair.
You sure you don't want to save it for finance? So are you going to repeat it then?
I'll repeat it. I will. Today is tax day. Everybody get your taxes filed so you do not incur late fees and penalties. I'm so glad that today is May 17th. So I will be at every meeting after today.
All right.
Question, is the Lockland post office open to midnight, or I gotta go downtown?
Downtown. You might want to Google, because last year I thought they changed, made
Okay,
some
I'm gonna
changes.
Google it, because I don't want to go downtown.
Yeah, Google. Okay. That's my announcement.
Can you put it in the village mailbox tonight and it'll be counted for tomorrow?
No.
You do have,
No,
you can't do
they
it?
need that. Nope, gotta have that stamp on it, May 17th.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm sorry. I tried to help. Okay. I have an announcement, and I will repeat this one. On Sunday coming up, which is, I believe, May the 23rd, Miss Mary Epps will be celebrated for her service to the community at Ebenezer Baptist Church at 2:30. Please come out and show love. Dinner will be served. That's my announcement at 2:30 on Sunday coming up. Motion to adjourn, please.
So move for adjournment.
I second. It's been moved in second. Do you all have any questions about adjourning this meeting? Any questions? Any questions? Being no questions, the meeting is officially adjourned at 6:29 p.m.
Ooh. All right.
Be blessed.